What's going on, Jerome? So less than ideal so far. Vikings trail the crooked Chicago Bears 20-7. Although that second Eddie Pinero field goal did not look good from the camera angle that the TV broadcast gave us, but so Vikings do have the ball. They're marching across midfield into Bears territory. 2 minutes left, and the Vikings, even though they got stuffed on that 4th and 1, even though that Bears front is ferocious against the run, you gotta keep running it. You do, because abandoning the run against the Bucks. I mean, Dalvin was absolutely cooking and destroying that vaunted Bucks #1 run defense in the league. Now, you got to stay committed to it because as you get into the fourth quarter, they will get sick and tired of tackling 33 over and over and over again, and they will break. They will break. So Dalvin still needs to get his. And also, you've seen, on 12 dropbacks, Cousins has been pressured 7 times. So just dropping back, 7-step drop. Less than ideal too. So quick game, running it. That's how the Vikings are going to claw their way back into the game. And also, since the Bears took the ball to start the first half, they'll get to start the second. So getting some points here. Ideally, a touchdown is going to go a long way. Getting back into the thing. But overall, not too worried. The injury to Odenigbo is really unfortunate because he is leading the Vikings in pressures, as well as defensive line sacks, even though Yannick the Freak. Also, what's the deal with Greg Jennings, man? Like, for a former Packer and former Viking, he sure does love him some Bears. I don't get it. Oh, Shelley's fine. Oh, weird. Just wanted to stop the clock. Crazy. All right, so Vikings at the Bears 38. Kirk Cousins drops. Screen game. Nothing doing. It's so annoying when you run a perfect screen and then they're just dropping a defensive lineman. They're coming with the zone blitz or they're mixing things up, and then they're just like, oh, he's just right there. It's annoying. Second 8. He's like the mini fridge, number 90. Get out of here. Actually, I would venture every single defensive interior player on the Bears is larger than William the Refrigerator Perry when he was playing. Kirk Cousins, first down. Also, complete FUBAR. That third down call where they picked up the flag where, he only hit him with the shoulder and the head. That's still a penalty. If Harrison Smith had made that hit, he would be suspended. He would be kicked out of the league. He would be sued into the ground. He would be placed in Leavenworth and or Gitmo. And then that would be the last that we ever hear of Harrison Smith. Ooh, what's the flank for? We got a holding? Yeah, we'll take a defensive holding. Illegal contact? Same thing. That's right, Trevathan. You shut your face. You're not even the best former Bronco linebacker on this field. That goes to Todd Davis. Woo! Todd Davis is actually looking pretty good. Coverage not a strong suit, but he did get that sack on Trubisky early on in the game. Is that Des Bryant touchdown? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Also, the Bucks getting beat 17-0 by the Falcons. Just getting spanked. Because they blew their emotional wad last week against the Vikings. And also, Roger Goodell isn't there in Atlanta. They don't have the same officiating crew. It's weird. Yeah, but Cousins has played well under duress. Man, they've been getting to him. And they just got to him again. 1st and 10. Incomplete. Yeah, Riley Reef, as great as he's played this year, hasn't been his day so far. Oh, wait, this is going to come down to Dan Bailey, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. Like, please do not let this rest in Dan Bailey's foot. So what, this would be a 37-yarder from here? I mean, Dalvin's got the corner. And out of bounds, baby. That's right, saving that timeout. You got the TO, baby. All right, 49 ticks to go. Vikings at about what? Was that the 15? So I got to stay running. Now, when we say run the ball, it doesn't mean you have to just dive at the 2 hole every single time because that's moronic, even though pun intended. Just running it straight up the middle behind Garrett Bradbury, which is why it was a stupid call on that 4th and inches, because you're going to run power. You're going to run straight ahead behind Garrett Bradbury as he's trying to move some of those monster defensive interior guys for the Bears. Feh. Did I say feh? All right, 1st and goal from the 9. Got Dalvin. If you got Dalvin in PPR, you're kind of happy today. 42. Dalvin needs to tie his shoes better, man. Vikings burn the time out there. God. They're still talking about Carson Wentz. Yeah, Stephon Gilmore looked like he had a non-contact that looked like that might be an ACL. That sucks. That sucks, man. Hopefully they're just showing Dan Bailey. Hey, Dan, maybe you wouldn't have these issues if you actually wore socks. Looking out there, walking around in those purple capris. All right, so 2nd and goal. From about the 6, 44 ticks left, no timeouts. Please get in the end zone. Cousins quick drop, rolling to his left. Directing traffic. Ooh. Too high. 3rd and goal. 38 ticks remaining. God, that sucks about Gilmore, man. I hate seeing players get hurt. Especially when it's towards the end of a season for a non-playoff team like the Patriots. God. Yeah, Patriots probably going to let him go this offseason. They're definitely going to now. Although, could that invoke an injury guarantee next year? We'd have to look at his contract. Ooh, Bradbury looking for work. Love it. Kirk G3. No, he's already passed the line, and Irv dropped it anyway. Great. Wonderful. Cool. Yeah, but who came screaming back on Khalil Mack? I think that was Bradbury. Pretty sure pretty sure Kirk was past the line anyway. No, that was Ezra. That was Ezra screaming back looking for work. Wow. Congrats to Dan Bailey for doing the absolute minimum that your job requires. Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't throw the flag on that because Cousins was clearly past the line of scrimmage. Although, yes, the lines on TV aren't official. Is this too much time for Mitch? They just run out the clock. Vikings get the ball in the second half. God, that was a missed opportunity. He had the ball at the 6, 2nd and goal. Can't get in. Sad day. Who scored that? Zach Pascal. Man, it's such a weird weekend for the fantasy football playoffs. Zach Pascal scoring, Miles Boykin, Chad Hansen. Chad. Those 3 straight big games for Chad Hansen. Pride of Cal, former Jet. Working with the Texans. Deshaun literally has no one else. It's kind of funny. Baltimore's beating up on the Jaguars. Wish we could have beat up on the Jaguars. Oh, Trubisky. You got 26 ticks and timeout left. What are you going to do? Yeah, you better just run the ball. You ain't going to get... Smart to just run out the clock. There you go. Into halftime. All right, so Vikings down 10, down 20-10. You know, less than ideal way to go. That defense, injuries are finally catching up to it. Now, obviously, it was a compromised unit with Daniil Hunter out with injury, with Michael Pierce opting out with COVID concerns. Then you lose Anthony Barr, team capitan, 4-time Pro Bowler, as well as Eric Kendricks. I mean, we need to eliminate warming up. We do. Kendricks, as weird as it sounds, since Daniil is the best edge rusher in the NFL, Kendricks might have been the biggest loss because the Vikings sort of got used to playing without Daniil, even though they're just still piss poor at generating a pass rush. Hey, Rushman, come out and play. But Kendricks is the heart and soul of that defense. Man in the middle. He does everything in terms of reducing the effectiveness of the opponent's running game, as well as he's the best coverage linebacker in the NFL. So that's a big loss. But if he can get back for Christmas, which, I don't know, short week, Vikings play on Friday. I mean, that could be big, but the Vikings have to focus on this. Can't be crying in the breast milk. Kendricks ain't coming out of that tunnel. Although that'd be kind of funny. Bow, God, let's hear Kendricks music. But Vikings have some work to do, down 10 points. And overall, is this gettable? I think it certainly is. I think they have to continue to find ways to get the ball to Dalvin Cook, whether it's outside running, whether that's in the passing game. They utilize him heavily as a receiver in the first half, which you do like to see. It's here. Dalvin had, 2 catches for 5 yards. Never mind. I'm just imagining things. But, Dalvin 13 for 79 against the big bad Bears defense. Yes, I understand the 4th down call just sticks in your craw. But Dalvin on the outside, he's making hay. He absolutely is. And Vikings, they don't have to panic. Still a lot of football left to be played. They get the ball to start the second half. And now if you just run the piss out of Dalvin Cook right down the throats of the Bears, you put 7 up on the board, you get a stop, and all of a sudden you get the ball back on a short field down 2017. This is doable. This is absolutely doable. And, Mitchell Trubisky ponder. He's looking out there. Oh, hey, Mitchie. Oh, Mitchie boy. Please. I think David Montgomery is an issue. Allen Robinson, man. Cameron Tiny Dancer needs to shadow Robinson. The times that Gladney's been on 12 has been less than ideal. Also, I like how they're utilizing Mooney's speed, but yeah, kind of a rough day so far for the defense. But Todd Davis is looking good. Harrison Smith, you can tell Harrison's getting frustrated. So on the David Montgomery touchdown run. There was clearly a man assignment miscommunication in the secondary. Again, you could tell from Harrison's body language. And then he just ended up planting. They just ended up planting Mooney just out of frustration. It's like, I'm going to take the smallest guy in the field. I'm just going to plant his ass. Harrison's probably upset about Notre Dame losing to Clemson, getting the break speed off them. Also, Notre Dame gets into the playoff. I don't know, man. I don't know. Bama might beat them by 70. It's not going to be a great game. So, it's whatever. See, Fadi still question. Oh, no, he's back in. Good to have him back. Man. They got to figure out a way to get Justin Jefferson the rock more, especially on deep shots. It's hard to tell from the camera angle, but likely they're sitting back there with 2 deep safeties. Likely they got Gibson and Cheeseburger Eddie Jackson just back there chilling. They're just like, yeah. So, congrats to Dan Bailey for doing the absolute minimum of your job requirements. It's a weird spot when you're celebrating a kicker just making... how long of a field goal was that? It wasn't long. What, 23-yarder? 24-yarder? There. Also, man... I love Skull Quit. Vikings need to find themselves a new punter. So, first off, the Bailey squib kick to start the game, Mauro Maloof needs to be fired for that. He does, because then they just booted out of the back of the end zone. What was even the point of that? You just gave Chicago amazing field position because on a pooch, you want to be able to make sure that your coverage unit gets down there. So you want to pooch it so the returning team has to hesitate for a half a second fielding the ball, throws off their timing, throws off their blocking, and then your coverage team can get down there. But no, they're just they fielded it clean. They just pass it back to Cordero, and they had an amazing return. And they started out near the 40, so you almost would have been better off just kicking it straight out of bounds. But, yeah. But overall, yeah, Kirk Cousins is going to have to throw in the second half, even though they should stay committed to Dalvin Cook. But, I mean, the Bears' pass rush is getting after it. And the Vikings offensive line needs some help. So they're able to run, how many yards per carry is Dalvin averaging? That's 6.1. That's decent. Marginally decent. Yeah. But yeah, Kirk gonna have to pull some magic out of the hat, man. Yeah, first drive of the second half is key. They at minimum need 3, ideally need 7. I think they should keep running Dalvin Cook right down the throats of the Bears, just getting after it. And wait, did someone die on The Masked Singer? What was that all about? Someone crash landed. That's rough, man. All right, so that is the halftime show. Thanks for coming along. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back here for the post-game show, and then we'll have our winners and losers video. Keep Skull alive. Keep your heads up. Skull, production value.